Tonight on the Vodkast, we're going to eat some fucking candy. Greetings, welcome back to another sweet and sultry episode of the Vodkast. I'm your host, as always, Jason Oliveira, or am I Grogu? I don't know, one way or the other. Anywho, I don't do these at night normally, but I had my father-in-law has been staying downstairs with us. I don't want to go into great detail about why, but he's home now, and I thought I'd make myself a White Russian or the second one for the night, and we'd try out these new Hershey's caramels. I've had these for quite a few weeks. I couldn't find the smaller bar, so I just got the larger package of multi. I'm sure my family's not going to complain. Maybe we'll do some s'mores. I don't fucking know. What about s'mores with caramel Hershey's? That might be a good review to do at some point. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Now, this is intriguing. I've never known Hershey's to do anything like this before. It's like a square. I feel like it's still dissected, but it's a frickin' square. I know my shapes. Don't tell me I don't know my shapes. Colors, that's a whole other story, but shapes, I'm real good at shapes. I want to take a look at this. Looks really, really interesting. You know, it's the Vodkast. When we finished the Road to 40 over 10 years ago, we called it the Vodkast. I like the ring of it, you know, the way it sounds, the way it rolls off. You're telling the Vodkast was a really cool name, I thought. It's like a play on words with podcast, but it's vodka, street, Vodkast, you know, you get it. Anywho, I enjoy a White Russian, and it's got vodka in it, and that's the reason why. If you've ever wondered, I don't know if you ever cared that much to delve that deep into the dungeon of this debacle, but nonetheless, that's why I got its name. Why don't I do more vodka reviews? Because I don't want to be considered an alcoholic by you guys. No, it's just one of those things where vodka's vodka. Like, unless you go real cheap, and you know, other than that, it's potatoes. So it's kind of like eating, you know, vegetable. So I feel healthy every time I have one. It's got milk. It's got potatoes. I mean, what more could you ask for? You throw a little coffee in there, and you're good to go. Any shitting who. I thought it'd be a fun thing to do these tonight. Wow, you know what's interesting? These are built for s'mores. It says Hershey S'mores right on it. I don't know if you guys can see that. Probably. Yeah, I think you could see it. I'm just going to do this for a second. Hope that it comes through. But that's neat. That's pretty cool. It's the perfect size to throw on a s'more. That's a lot of chocolate, though. That's a thick, hefty amount of chocolate to be putting on a s'more. That's almost too much chocolate. But we don't know the caramel quantity in here yet. So I guess I'm only going to eat like half of one of these. I say that now, but it's going to end up being amazing. And I'm going to be like, well, maybe I'll have another half. Before you know it, I'm 234 pounds again. That ain't going to happen. I've been walking like a maniac. If I'm not too embarrassed to share the footage, let me show you my walk. It's a little lengthy, but you can take a look at it and tell me what you think about it. I look like a monster in it. That's why I'm behind this microphone. So take a look at that. Have you ever walked down a hill just to walk back up it again? I don't do that very often, but I've been getting back to walking because ever since my birthday, I've become a fat slob, and I've been eating everything I can get my hands on, and that's not good. So, I've already walked about a mile. That's why I'm out of breath, okay? I used to be able to do these walks like they were nothing, like I was a marathon runner, and now I feel like I'm just already winded. So I got to get back at it. I probably added about 15 pounds on, I'll admit it. So this is the road to 150. Oh boy, I hope I live to be 150. Here we go. It may not look like much from here, but it's pretty damn steep. I came from that way. I live down there, and we're gonna head down this way all the way to the main hospital, and then I'll show you the big hill. Oh boy, I don't know if I'm ready for that. Oh, I think that's a nice car. I don't know enough about cars, but looks like a nice car. And this right here has become a phenomenon in our town. We just opened up, well, we didn't, but someone opened up this place called 7 Brew Coffee, and all these cars now have things written on them, and I guess you get free coffee if you promote their brand. And I'm hoping I'll get some free coffee out of this 7 Brew. What do you say? Let's hook up. So I went and I foregoed, I don't know the past tense of that, bringing a water with me today because I had to bring an umbrella. I'm glad I did because it's raining. I didn't want to carry two things and look like an asshole, so yeah. So this is the bottom of the big hill and the entrance, one of the entrances to the Blackwater Creek Natural Area over there. Now one might think, oh boy, Jay, made a hell of an error now, haven't you? You've gone all the way to the bottom of the hill. You have no options. You now got to go all the way back up that giant hill there, and it is giant. Well, I don't have to. I'm going to because of health reasons, and I want to burn some calories. But I can actually over here, and living so close to the Blackwater Creek Trail, I can just jump on it from my backyard. Literally probably about 1,000 feet if I want to cross the street. If I didn't go across the street, is that water? No, it's a glove. Yeah, I could go that way. But it's a lot of grass and ticks, and you never know what you're going to encounter out there. So if I had like boots or pants on, I would probably do it, but I got shorts and I don't want to get bitten and ticked up and all itchy. Oh, here's the hill. I can feel it already. Oh. It is massive. There's one little reprieve in the middle when you get about halfway up, but it's monstrous. The walk here is gorgeous, it's beautiful, but now the sun's starting to break through and the temperature's getting a little hotter. Oh boy, should have brought that water. Looked like an asshole. And this is how I look at the top of the hill on day one. Whew. Heart rate's only 127. 1.5 miles walked. We're getting there. Here come the stairs. This is almost near the end. I'm probably half a mile from home now. Yikes. Tired. Sweaty. I love walking under these trees. I think they're crepe myrtles or something similar to them. I don't think they're crepe myrtles.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I don't know what the hell they are, but they're really beautiful. They have these like dark reddish wine purple leaves. Now I should show you this. This used to be a lot. It was just covered in grass. It never went out as far as the ledge goes now. I assume they're going to build a retaining wall and try to put a property here. But I remember looking at the property when we first moved here and be like, oh, we should just buy that to have it. I don't know what it was, but it was ridiculous at the time, and it's even more ridiculous now, I'm sure. Do you see? Do you see? Do you see? Do you see? It's infected our street as well. Anywho, without further ado, what I'd like to do is break this in half and take a bite of it. Would you like to see me do that? Obviously you would, or you wouldn't have clicked on this link here. All 7 million of you. Anywho, let's get into this. I'll let you know what I think in just a second. It's pretty good. Like, it's your typical Hershey's bar. Kind of played out a little differently. It's almost like playing the shell to the caramel contained within. And it's not like a ton of caramel in there. It's just enough to add in with the chocolate. I almost really do feel like they could use a little more a little bit more caramel here. There's enough chocolate to go around for a whole frickin' army of folks needing chocolate, I guess. But it's good. But I've never been, well, ever since Mr. Beast put out his bars, ever since I started trying some of these deluxe Tony's Chocolonely chocolate, slave free, by the way, nothing, Hershey's just doesn't add up anymore. It's not a bad chocolate. It's a good standard staple, fantastic for s'mores. If you like it, great, good for you. That's fantastic. For me, however, if I'm going to spend money, $2, $2.50 on a candy bar, which I won't, I'm going to go with probably Mr. Beast or Tony Chocolonely. But Tony Chocolonely is, high-end chocolate. You're talking about $4 or $5. It's a big bar, don't get me wrong. But, it's leaps and bounds above Hershey's as far as I'm concerned. I'm sorry, Artie. I know you love Hershey's. But I think you should branch out. Try some of these other chocolates and let me know what you think. No, just email me. Not in the comments below. We're friends, so it's a different deal. We're all friends here. Don't get me wrong. But most of you don't follow me on Facebook. And if you do, you're more than welcome to. I've never really shared that on here. But, if you look up the Vodkast on Facebook, you'll find me there. If I remember, I'll put a link in the comments below. Okay. This is a review that doesn't allow for a comparison to something else. There's not a lot of, I guess Caramello would be the closest thing, and Caramello's blows this out of the water. Like, this is good. Don't get me wrong. If you're looking for a sweet treat with caramel in the middle, then you found yourself a special little thing here. But it is no Caramello bar. They've been doing the Caramello bar. Cadbury's been doing them for as long as I can remember. It was my mother's favorite chocolate bar. She's dead now. But the candy bar still continues. It did not die with my mother. So let's score these. I'll give them a 7.5. They're a little bit above average. They're good. They're great. And in such a sense that I think they'd be really interesting on a s'mores. I'd like to try it on there. In and of itself, though, it's a good candy bar. Not bad. It's very strange, though, that they came. I don't know now if they've actually done a regular version of this. I imagine they have. If I looked it up, I'd probably find a picture of it. Yeah, there it is. And I could probably find it in the stores. But you know what? I like having these. We have marshmallows that we got to do in the fire pit that I've rebuilt recently, and the kids decorated. Here, take a look at it. It's very pretty. Yeah, my children collect bones and skulls. It's a funny thing. Like, when I was cleaning the shed the other day, no, I wasn't cleaning the shed. I was throwing shit in the shed the other day. I noticed this bag that I had totally forgotten that I had put in there. It's filled with skulls and vertebrae, spines, femurs, you name it, all parts of the body. They just go out and they find stuff like that. They find metal things, like the things that you saw in the fire pit that were holding the skulls. Like, they just find stuff. It's pretty fascinating, and I loved that when I was a kid. Let's veer off the review. You guys have heard the review. If you don't want to hear anything else, I totally understand. You can click off, but I'm in the mood to talk tonight, so we're going to talk a little bit right after I have a sip of my White Russian. Being a kid, growing up in Taunton, Massachusetts was a lot of fun. I had a few local friends in my neighborhood, and adventuring and exploring and base building were my three favorite things as a kid. Just going to new places we've never been before, walking the tracks, the train tracks for miles and miles in the summer, just finding these old abandoned factories and, you know, just being a kid. And, like, I don't know what that relates to or why I brought that up, but I hold those memories fondly, and like now I see my kids doing these things, going out into the wilds as they've been doing for years. But now they're coming back with cool stuff, which is really neat. They brought home, I don't know if I can get a picture of it, but you know the old like recorders? They had a little leather case. If you're from like you're born in the 70s, you probably know what I'm talking about. It kind of goes over your shoulder. It's in a leather pouch. This one in particular is a Sony, and you put cassettes in and you can record. You have a little microphone. Maybe if you're a doctor or, you know, dictating into it, maybe some notes or whatever and whatnot. That's what they did with them back in the day. Nowadays, obviously, we just use our phones or whatever, you know, digital device we have on hand. However, back then, that's what they had. They brought one of those home. Where'd they get that? I don't know. They find the craziest stuff in the woods. It's really amazing. Either that or they're just breaking into people's houses and taking stuff. I don't think they would do that, though. Or would they? I don't know. No, they've been taught well. They're not going to go stealing from other people. However, they've found some cool shit. And finding cool shit when you're a kid is like just the coolest thing. Like, you know, you're out in the woods and you find something. It could be anything. It could be her sunglasses. It could be a knife. It could be, I don't know, a nice pair of leather gloves. I have no idea. But, like, that's such an exhilarating moment as a child to find something in the woods or just be in the woods or be exploring old abandoned buildings or traveling the tracks, man. I tell you, when I retire, which, you know, at this rate, I'll probably never be able to retire, I'd like to just explore. Exploring is what I am. You know, Uncle Travel and Matt said it best when he said, an explorer is a person that just needs to know what's around that next corner. And I couldn't agree more. Like, it's truly within me to explore and see as much as I can of this crazy world until I'm dead or until they reboot me into the next simulation or however that works. I don't know what's going on with that. I think we might talk about religion and different theories and things in some upcoming videos. I've avoided it for years, but like I've been watching some really interesting individuals. Alex O'Connor recently did an interview with Rhett McLaughlin from Good Mythical Morning. Great channel if you've never checked it out. And it immediately turned me back on to kind of just exploring the possibilities of life and the origins of the universe. Anywho, I'll let you go. We've had a good time tonight. If you guys are loving the content as much as I'm loving creating the content that you guys are watching, would you please consider subscribing to the channel? Oh, yeah, it would be a big help. Oh, yeah, dig it. Don't forget to make somebody smile today and make yourself a better person tomorrow than you were today tomorrow. Let's make the world spin a little bit happier and a little bit more macho together. Let's sing and dance in the sun and in the rain as one, my brothers and sisters. Live life to the fullest and love every moment of it, because you just never know when that last moment's going to come for you. However, never live in fear of that moment. Always live in love, but never let your inner child die. Ooh-wee. Take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and take care of those around you who cannot take care of themselves, for they are the ones that need it the most. And if no one has told you today that they love you, the Vodkast loves you very much, just the way you are. All right, guys, do no harm. I'm Geycen Oliveira. This is the Vodkast, and I'll catch you guys a little bit further on down the road. Take care, my friends, and happy adventuring.
Don't go to sleep with a catch it in your pocket.
On a side note, I just went to go see the optometrist, I think it is. I got a new prescription, so we're going to be seeing some new glasses coming soon. Are you excited as I am? I'm excited because I can't see shit. These are all scratched up. My prescription's about 4 years old, so that's what happens when you're 50. See you guys later.